Well, Ubisoft Forward has come and gone, and we still have not seen Splinter Cell remake or Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. I am a little bit frustrated just because I've been waiting on Sands of Time since 2020, but it's okay, we can wait a little bit longer. We've waited this long already. But the thing that they showed that was really cool was actually a new look at Assassin's Creed, and today I wanted to talk about the property that is exciting me the very most, and then I'm also going to do another video talking about Assassin's Creed Infinity and some of those bigger projects that appear to be in development as well. But Assassin's Creed Mirage is far and away the most excited that I have been for an Assassin's Creed thing, really probably since Unity, since I was seeing some of those Unity trailers. I still feel that Unity was an underrated game. I liked it quite a bit. Syndicate, I enjoyed the gameplay, felt that the story was kind of lackluster. I liked Origins, but never finished it just because of its length. I'll need to go and finish that one of these days. But Assassin's Creed has always had sometimes a bit of an inconsistency in my interest and in keeping my interest. And I think that the reason for that is that the series often shifts what it is and what it wants to be. In fact, my favorite Assassin's Creed games seem to be the ones that other people really don't like. For example, I love Assassin's Creed 3, and as I mentioned, I really am partial to Assassin's Creed Unity. I think that sometimes those stories have the most weight for me, and so even though, there are glitches or, aspects of the open world that are for sure nitpicks, they overall really captivate me, and the time periods, I think, work differently for other people. But Assassin's Creed Mirage does feel like a return to form. Watching that reveal trailer, it really is reminiscent of those reveal trailers of, Assassin's Creed Rogue, or Assassin's Creed 3, or Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And it really, again, just feels like that classic Assassin's Creed. It's coming next year, which is very exciting, and I am excited to see a game that is going to lean back into those gameplay mechanics that have kind of been discarded with a lot of the new RPG Assassin's Creed games. Now, don't get me wrong, I have put probably dozens, if not hundreds of hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have a blast playing the newer Assassin's Creed games. I had a lot of fun in Valhalla. I have not finished an Assassin's Creed game since Syndicate, though. I'm not even gonna lie. I really like the story of Origins, but from what I remember, I just kept getting really stuck with, the level gating, I kept being too underpowered to continue the story, and it really just broke up the flow of that for me. So I'm excited to see a game that puts some of those RPG elements to the side. I'm not at all opposed to RPG mechanics, but I feel that they're not quite developed enough in a lot of the games in which they're utilized. For example, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is a perfect example of how to make an RPG game that doesn't feel like the gameplay is limiting the player, even though it has a lot of those same mechanics. I think that in terms of RPG, people really just want the customization aspects of it. I think that, growing your character's power and ability feels really good when done correctly, and I think that the recent Assassin's Creed games have done a lot of things really well, but I also think that, again, a lot of those really fun mechanics have fallen to the wayside. For example, I really don't like that, I can't go stealth my way through a camp because I'm not powerful enough to take people out in a single assassination strike. That is, really weird to me. How would a blade to the neck not kill someone just, because they're a higher power level than you? It's strange. It makes sense for the context of an RPG gameplay loop, but again, I'm just excited to play through a game that doesn't necessarily have that and is going to be story focused. This character in Assassin's Creed Mirage, I understand, is a character from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I played a bit of Valhalla quite a while ago. I actually played quite a bit of it, but I don't remember this character in particular, so I'll have to go back and look for them. But I'm really invested. They didn't show tons of his characterization, but even through some of the visual storytelling that they were doing in the trailer, I'm really excited to see who these characters are. And this definitely is the most interested that I've been in an Assassin's Creed game since probably Assassin's Creed Origins was getting its marketing. I'm really fascinated with this, and I also really hope that it proves to be successful. I think that these games, these smaller scale, more classic Assassin's Creed games, probably, in fact, I can say this almost certainly, do not take the manpower or money or budget that those bigger Assassin's Creed RPG games do. And if this game does well, I don't think that there's any reason Ubisoft wouldn't continue to put these in the pipeline as well. And especially with Assassin's Creed Infinity, which is going to be essentially a launch pad for many Assassin's Creed games in the future, I don't see any reason that they wouldn't continue to develop content such as this, because I think that there's room for all of it, which is so cool. And it's what makes that Assassin's Creed world so rich, and I think it's why it's stayed as alive as it has for so long, is that there's so much variety. There's something for everyone. And I think that it's just a shame that some of what people really like isn't getting developed anymore, but I would really love to see games like this come back as well. I'm not saying to get rid of the RPG games, but I'm saying I'd love for Prince of Persia to make a comeback in video games. I'd love for Splinter Cell to make a comeback, and to really prove that these smaller scale single-player experiences are as potentially profitable as the big open world RPG experiences. Again, I think there's room for both. I'm really excited for Mirage. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and we will see you guys in the next one.